So you have to believe me here. I'm trying to be as honest as I can when I say that I'm not making this video to dance on anybody's grave. I'm not going out there and responding and laughing at Red Wings fans that are in pain, because believe me, they're my third favorite team. I'm in pain watching this team too. And with two of my other favorite teams also going through some up and down struggles, it has been a very difficult season emotionally for me, compared to last season at least. So the Red Wings yesterday played off against the LA Kings. They lost. They only had 18 shots. They had 1 goal. The Kings, on the other hand, had 41 shots. They won 4-1, but because they had shot the puck so many gosh darn times, you still had a .925 save percentage out of Cam Talbot. Nice. This Wings game was not a great one, and if you go over to the NHL standings as a result, you can see that the Wings are 26th in the league in overall points, and if you sort by points percentage, the Wings are down there at, is that still the same rank? No. Okay, yeah, no, it doesn't update the actual number here. It's kind of weird and wonky. But anyways, the Wings have not been great this season, and that has been exemplified throughout the past few games here. They have some wins thrown in there. I mean, they beat the Pens in overtime, right? They beat the Blackhawks, they beat the Sabres, they did go streaking for a little bit, but they did have a few other losses thrown in there as well, and the LA loss was a pretty bad one from yesterday night. This is why, in this video, what I wanted to do was go over onto the Our Detroit Red Wings post-game thread, and just kind of read, respond, and react to these comments. Now, again, I'm not dancing on y'all's grave here, or maybe I am, because I'm using your commentary as video fuel from this video here on YouTube, but I just wanted to go out there and read a reply. You know, I'm not really some big original analyst or whatever. I just kind of regurgitate what's going on in my brain and stuff that I see online. So let's go out there and see what Detroit Red Wings fans are saying in response to yesterday's LA Kings game loss. I'm starting to grow disappointment in Yzerman. You cannot keep this coaching staff. Do something. If Derek Lalonde isn't gone after this road trip, I'm not buying tickets to any more games this season. This is starting to feel like the dollar Bill Wirtz era in Chicago, where management doesn't care as long as they're making money. And this sentiment is something that is definitely not new. We've been seeing a lot of commentary about Derek Lalonde and the coaching staff and Steve Yzerman's, I don't want to say like willingness to abide by them, maybe like tolerance is a better word, because at the time of recording this audio, I mean, 9 hours ago, you can see it's like 5 a.m. in the morning here in Vancouver at the time of talking into this microphone. Right now, Derek Lalonde is still a part of the team. And I would probably assume it's not really in good faith to fire a guy in the middle of a road trip. The Wings are playing off against the San Jose Sharks later on, so that's going to be the end of it. But with everything sort of in place right now, the team performance, the team dynamics, you've got Larkin going out there and demanding a timeout only for the coach to say, nope, sorry, you're going back out there, baby. We're not taking a timeout. This is kind of the disconnect here, and I think a lot of Wings fans have been so fed up the past few weeks worth of hockey, especially seeing the inconsistencies, seeing what the team does when they're not playing well, because man, oh man, when they don't play well, they stink. They have so few shots, they let up a whole bunch, and they put all the pressure on the goaltenders to try to keep the team in it to win it. Coaching's got to go. And I think Derek Lalonde's leash is so, I don't know if it's like short at this point. It has to be, right? It has to be. It's been so long, and it's been so piled up on these bad results and this bad mojo that there's no way Derek Lalonde's leash is that long, right? At least some fans are saying, hey, if he's not gone, I'm not buying tickets to the games anymore. I bought season tickets to the Tigers for next season, so I'm not going to renew my Wings tickets after this season. I can't afford both the Tigers games and, oh yeah, I can't afford both, and the Tigers games are way more fun, and they went to the playoffs. I don't see a path for the playoffs for the Wings anytime soon. This team is so boring. Now, unfortunately for me, I don't know anything about football, I don't know anything about the Tigers, so, oh, excuse me, no, that's the Lions, my bad, I am so stupid. The Tigers are baseball, right? That's what it is. Hey, that's kind of what I respond to when I think about other sports, right? Get in, gang. Misery loves company. Senators, Red Wings, and Sabres. Yeah, that is kind of funny. At least Boston is bad. There's one playoff spot for one of these teams. Seeing Larkin signal for a timeout and clearly being shut down is really concerning. I have to wonder if Derek Lalonde is a huge a-hole towards the players and just keeps it behind the scenes. And that's a fair assumption to make, but then we do have a response saying, I hear you, but I don't really think so. To get away with being an a-hole to your players for any significant stretch of time as an NHL head coach, you have to be widely respected and or highly accomplished in the league, or at the very least you have to possess a demanding presence and a strong demeanor. Lalonde, I'm afraid, lacks in the above departments. Kind of funny, if you read this, like, to get away with being an a-hole you have to be widely respected, highly accomplished, you have to have a demanding presence, strong demeanor. That's Babcock, baby. That is straight up Mike Babcock, Joel Quenneville type stuff. And, I mean, Derek Lalonde is not in that conversation of being, like, turned down upon by fans because, oh, he's so mean and this and that. But, like, it is interesting how Larkin had this moment and Derek Lalonde was like, no, sorry, you're going back out there. Like, play. You're tired? I don't care. You play. Ay. Hey, at least Talbot had a .927 save percentage, yep. I guess you could say that. Him, Larkin, Raymond, and Kasper Edvinsson, they are the only bright spots of the team right now. I won't even get into the whole game, just the last portion. If your best player and captain is calling for a timeout after scoring and is gassed, then you call that timeout. Get Larkin back on the ice and try to win the faceoff at center ice and go again. You only have a minute and a half and you're down 2. Why save a timeout? Also, Gus not skating hard there for that icing to save some seconds is the epitome of the hustle that this team is plagued with. Derek Lalonde is the worst game manager I've seen in a long time. How do you not call a timeout when your team's captain is begging for one? If he's not incompetent, then he's maliciously sabotaging his own team's efforts. Either way, it's bad. I've decided that it's malicious. Well put. Okay, I'm not going to go out there and put any feelings in Derek Lalonde's brains and proclaim them as the truth in this video, but you can pretty much see a pattern with Red Wings fans' responses to this. Call a timeout? What, you think it's a magical spell that can score goals? Are you stupid? Leave Derek's... Okay, I'm not going to read that, but it is definitely a talking point here. Derek Lalonde's ineptitude as the Red Wings head coach. I'm not even going to read this. We're going to exit out of that one. You could definitely see where momentum is taking this team, and all I'm going to go out there and ask is how long is it going to last? I mean, talk about the team that Steve Yzerman put on paper to be the Detroit Red Wings in 24-25, but you also got to talk about the staff that Yzerman is allowing to do their thing, and their thing is not listening to when the players need timeouts. It's putting together a roster and a line combination set that does not have much chemistry and guys that are not going out there with motivated, hard-paced play. I mean, Derek Lalonde came from the Tampa Bay Lightning model, right? I get it, you could say, oh, Tampa can just rely on Kucherov, Hedman, and Stamkos and Point to do all the things they need to do and win games. But Derek Lalonde probably was there. He saw what took those guys to above and beyond levels, because I'll tell you what, when the Lightning won 2 Stanley Cups, it wasn't just Stamkos, Hedman, Kucherov, and Point. Stamkos didn't even play for most of the playoff run the first time. He only had 1 shift and he had a goal. Like, that was the only thing he did in that run. The rest of the team showed up, and the rest of the team led by example. That team, that Tampa Bay double Stanley Cup winning team, had consistent performances throughout every single line and pairing. Derek Lalonde saw John Cooper put that on board. So, what the hell's he doing here? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below about the Detroit Red Wings and how this team is an absolute dumpster fire. How are they this bad, this far into the rebuild? Let me know your thoughts in the comments as to how everything has been going down, and what are your thoughts on Derek Lalonde and his entire capability of being able to be the Red Wings coach at this time, and how do you feel about Steve Yzerman's ability to just let this all slide under the rug as long as it has? I'm not saying necessarily that he's not going to get fired or whatever, Derek Lalonde is, but I mean, for now, at the time of talking into this microphone, he's still on the team. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. I hope you enjoyed this Vishashros 99. And bye.